Hey guys. Now, in the cosmetics industry, there are very few rules about what you can't call something. All kinds of words are used to describe all kinds of products and all kinds of different, some of them are really long. Call things beautifying, clarifying, purifying, tonifying. Sometimes things are mixed up and you call something wonderful, splendiferous. It doesn't matter because it's all really an advertising game designed to get you to buy the product. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I actually saw a post on a blog the other day. Someone left a comment that said that they were criticizing companies for thinking financially and wanting their money. And I thought, well, it's not a charity, it's a business. And it's kind of how business is. Actually, what I thought was, this is not RuPaul's Best Friend race. Your tone seems very pointed right now. What I mean is, it's just how a business runs. It's not bad, it's not good, it just is. And it's always up to you, the consumer, that would be mean too, to do the research, think with your head, check ingredient lists, and just make a smart, informed decision to the best of your ability. Now, what's the point of this rant? You're probably asking yourself as you stare at my snazzy tie. The point of all this is I'm going to talk to you today about the difference between CC cream, tinted moisturizer, and BB cream, because they're all over the place. Everybody's got one. And especially here in the States, it is difficult to tell the differences between the three products. So let's start with tinted moisturizer. What's a tinted moisturizer, you ask yourself? A tinted moisturizer is just that. It is a moisturizer with color added to help even out your skin tone. It is generally lighter coverage than your typical foundation. Of course, if the foundation that you are using is light coverage and has moisturizing properties to it, there's no real reason why it's not already a tinted moisturizer. Now, of course, there are exceptions to every rule. Some tinted moisturizers will have a fair amount of coverage. Veda's in particular has more coverage than a lot of foundations that I've used. Most tinted moisturizers will also have an SPF rating of at least 15 in it, but in this day and age, it's kind of hard to find a product that doesn't have an SPF rating in it. Now that's out of the way, let's get to the confusing ones, because these are the ones that I know you're watching the video for. What on earth is a BB cream? BB creams, also called beauty balms, which is usually what I call them, sometimes benefit balms, blemish base, basically anything that you want the BB to stand for, are pretty much at their core amped up tinted moisturizers. They're actually developed in the 1960s, believe it or not, oh so long ago, by a German dermatologist who was making a product to use on her patients' sensitive post-op skin. They quickly migrated their way down to Korea and Japan, where they became very popular and are still popular today. Think of beauty balms as the Pert Plus for your face. The idea here is an all-in-one product that replaces your serum, your moisturizer, your primer, your foundation, your sunscreen in an all-in-one, all-encompassing miracle product. Cosmetic connoisseurs will tell you, and I will not disagree, that what you see labeled as a beauty balm or a BB cream on an American shelf is a far cry from the product that became popular in Asia oh so long ago. Texture is quite a bit different, and what you see here in the States, let me just say this, at this point, BB cream in the US is essentially little more than a buzzword used to attract attention to a product that is essentially a tinted moisturizer. Now then, what is a CC cream? Because these are showing up all over the place. Everybody's like, oh, it's a CC cream, what is it? Oh my God, look at it, it's a CC cream. What is it? A CC cream, also called color control, color correcting. I think I've seen complete control, something like that. Again, whatever you fill in the blank, something that starts with the cat control cream. There you go. They're the newest addition to this whole range of products that, again, in the States are essentially just tinted moisturizers. Generally, though, how they're going to be marketed to you are a CC cream is just like a BB cream, except with a lighter texture, heavier coverage, usually this is what they'll say, and a greater SPF or more skincare ingredients. So it's basically, oh, you love beauty balms? Well, here, let's take this. It's lighter, but it's better coverage, and it's better for you. That's pretty much what they're saying. So you can see what I mean when I say in the cosmetics industry, there's really no rules as to what you can't call something. And there's also no real system. There's no defining system, category system that says this is a BB cream, this is a tinted moisture, and this is a CC cream. There are no regulations that say that this is one and that is the other. And when you break it all down, let's just think cosmically for 1 second. When you break it all down, all these products are really all essentially the same thing. There's no difference between a concealer, a foundation, a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, or a CC cream. All of these things are essentially the same. They are an emollient product with color that you're supposed to put on your face to hide flaws, even out skin tone, make you look prettier than you apparently are. Anything beyond that is really just a bonus, any of the other ingredients that are thrown in there. So it's just important to, like I said, do the research, look at ingredients, shop with your head, know yourself. Never believe the headlines, ignore the claims on the box, and you should really do just fine. Now, since I've totally confused you and probably not helped at all, I also wanted to show you real quickly. I did a little demonstration on my arm to show you the difference between some of the Korean products, because on the Asian market there is, generally speaking, more of a visible difference between tinted moisturizer, BB, and CC creams as far as what you're seeing, the trends that you're seeing right now. So when you look at the sample that I'm showing you now, this is a tinted moisturizer. This is generally how they look. You rub them on. The thing that I don't like about them is just what you're seeing here. If you look closely, you can see that the skin sort of shows through the product as I'm rubbing it around on the arm. I find that that happens on the skin with tinted moisturizer. It's almost like the color separates from the moisturizer. It's really, really weird. And so as I put it on the face, the moisturizer kind of sinks in, but then the color's kind of patchy. They don't really build very well. I generally don't like them. Honestly, if I want a tinted moisturizer, I take a little bit of moisturizer and a little bit of foundation, mix them. There you go, tinted moisturizer. You know, you take a little bit of serum, add to that, and a little bit of sunscreen. Whoa, you just made yourself a beauty bomb. You're a scientist. Now that is actually essentially what pretty much most CC creams and BB creams in the US also look like, and in my experience also do, generally. Now just because, especially here in the States, a lot of you may not be familiar with these products, what a Korean BB cream or beauty balm, whatever you want to call it, they usually have a very beigey gray tone to them, but you can see as you watch the clip here, as I spread it out on my arm, they spread more like they're butterier. They tend to be very kind of not opaque, but they look opaque as they go on. There's no sliding around. You don't see the skin underneath. They really smooth onto the skin very, very nicely. Some of my favorite foundations actually react this way to the skin. And it's one of the things I like about them. It's one of the things I like about a lot of the Asian beauty balms is because that's how they look. CC creams, on the other hand, this is, again, different in the Asian market. You can see a little bit of difference. And most of the ones that I'm running across that I've seen generally are white. And they actually, as you rub them into the skin, they change color and turn into something more flesh toned. It's kind of fun to watch because it's like Mr. Wizard or something, but that's generally how they are. I find that they're also a little bit drier, and I don't like them as much. I have dry skin though, so this is just all personal notes and personal preference. I find them to be a little bit thinner feeling and a little bit drier. Beauty balms, the Asian beauty balms, one of the things that people don't like about them is that they're kind of heavy and a little greasy usually. I love that, but I've got dry skin. Slather me up in Vaseline and I'm a happy camper. You can apply that however you'd like. All right, guys, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Stay tuned for more things about stuff. I've got some things about stuff that I'm going to be doing. And I will see you soon. Until I see you next time, which will be soon, please take care. And remember, drive safe.